Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you game 2 in a best of 3 series between ClouD and ClouD versus Morrow here in the Xel'Naga Caverns or on Xel'Naga Caverns. We have Morrow spawning as the green Zerg once again on the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, we have ClouD spawning as the red Terran over here on the bottom left hand side of the map. Zerg versus Terran. This game is powered a patch of 1.32, not 1.33. So we'll see how this particular game goes down. Production-wise, or production tab, let's take a look at it. Pretty much nothing out of the ordinary so far, and we'll see if Morrow opens up with an hatchery first or extractor first. And then that should pretty much determine what strategy ClouD will be going for. Normally or recently, a lot of Terran players have preferred to go for that double racks early play. The double racks early plays opens up and puts a lot of pressure on a Zerg player to execute their fast expansion pretty seamlessly and without any errors. Otherwise, they can fall behind. We'll see a barracks should be placed down in just a moment, and if we do not see a refinery being placed down here, then it will most likely mean that we should be getting, or most likely mean, a double racks build already. SCV now making the trek already over, and it is going to be a double racks build as he did delay his economy significantly, sitting at 11/19, and that is a significant delay into the economy. So that means that there will be a lot of early Marines, but the economy of Morrow is significantly ahead, 15 harvesters compared to 11. And unless ClouD gets a lot of damage early in, Morrow is going to have a significant economic advantage. You can see a drone already making its way up the ramp, going to see pretty much everything it needs to see already. A double racks build already underway. SCV and a drone already battling it out. The SCV now already making its way up off to the north side of the base as the SCV still wandering around still. What's going to be happening there as that one particular hatchery now currently just being built, about 1/3 of the way done already, a little bit more than 1/3, as 3 SCVs and a Marine now starting the long journey across the Xel'Naga Caverns in order to put some pressure and perhaps try to do a bunker rush here. This is going to be 16, 17 drone downs. There was a mule also in play as well, so that will definitely help out the economy in trying to catch up in this long-term game. As 3 SCVs and 1 Marine already making their way out, an additional 2 Marines already coming in, and drones are already in play. A drone now perhaps going to try to fend off this wall attack right now, and there's a perfect positioning right here where a Marine can hide, and then a bunker can be placed behind. It doesn't look like that's actually going to be working right now, as 8 drones, 10 drones coming off the mineral line, and a bunker now being placed down. There are going to be 2 SCVs in this fight over here, a lot of drones coming over, 3 Marines, and now this time is going to have to be absolutely critical. The spine crawlers should have enough range, though, just enough range to get some damage onto that bunker, as some Zerglings should be coming in as well. Yes, we already have the Zerglings now coming in. 2 Zerglings now coming in. The Marines now making their way out. This is going to be really bad for ClouD, as ClouD's not going to have enough, trying to get some damage back onto those Zerglings there. The Zerglings now trying to turn around, and both sides just fighting around. The Marines need to just deal the damage back toward those Zerglings, and now there you go, inside that bunker. The bunker is too far away, and I believe the spine crawlers are going to be just within range, trying to make sure, that one spine crawler just outside of combat range there, as the Zerglings able to peck off and get some damage onto some incoming Marines. The Marines should perhaps try to jump inside that bunker there, but with the spine crawlers with a range of 7, it will be more than enough to push back away that bunker. The bunker has been salvaged, as the Marines now running back away once more. A command center is being built by ClouD, so ClouD, by forcing Morrow to go for much more of a defensive stance, you can see that he doesn't have nearly as much of an economic advantage as you would have guessed from that early hatchery. Marines are coming down already. 1 Zergling not going to be able to fend off against those Marines there. And ClouD having an expansion of his own, trying to get back into this game, get back into the series. ClouD is down 1-0 at this time, as Morrow now has 3 spine crawlers at his front door and should be able to macro up very well. Morrow has been showing very strong macro play as of late. A perfect balance of micro and macro, waiting to get a very strong economy going before he just simply overwhelms his opponent with superior forces based upon base buildings, as I believe that was 1 SCV trying to poke his head in but unable to do so. That spine crawler dealing 25 damage per attack, able to easily destroy or easily shoo away 1 SCV there. We are getting some more Marines down over here another upgrade to an orbital command. We are getting a factory into play as well. And looking into the base of ClouD, ClouD does have double Rax build with another Rax here. And so it's going to be a triple Rax build. We are getting a tech lab, but no reactor just quite yet. And we have a lot of gas sitting in on ClouD right now. So ClouD has yet to tech to tier 2 or tech to tier 3 in terms of getting that starport into play. And a starport would have been what I would imagine ClouD would try to go for. The starport with medevacs and Vikings. Medevacs are very, very crucial to helping that infantry army, enabling them to heal. As now it looks like ClouD's going into a mass marine and tank strategy with no signs of medevacs anytime soon. A queen and spine crawler is more than enough to fend off any aggressive tendencies that ClouD may try to discover at this stage in the game, as we are now transitioning. Now, at this point, Morrow sitting on 44 drones versus 32 SCVs. That is going to allow Morrow to have a much stronger economy going into the mid game. As we are now about to tech to tier 2, we do have a Banelings that's coming in as well. So Morrow may be trying to go for Bling Ling, as Banelings are just so effective against Marines. Zerglings are a good mineral dump, and Mutalisks are so fast on a map like this where there's so many cliffs and so many ways to jump up and down. We are getting the centrifugal hooks in addition to Burrow as well. So it looks like there are going to be Baneling landmines all over the caverns, which will eat into a lot of the scanner sweeps and prevent mules, as well as ClouD still now finally going into, I believe, a starport. I see the starport being built down over. Is it here? Yeah, starport being built right there, but there's still no tech lab or reactor to see. Marines are making that trek off to the north now. 2 siege tanks, a lot of Marines now trying to push off to the north. It looks like it will be able to clear up that one Zergling very easily and continue to push off to the north. Zergling's perhaps going to try to come in, but this is going to be a very effective group of Marines, as spine crawlers are now trying to come in as well. Those siege tanks, as long as they siege up and start poking away at those spine crawlers, should be able to destroy them. But no, ClouD deciding to retreat home now, deciding not to engage, and I think that's actually a very smart move, as those Banelings perhaps would have dealt a lot of damage, as those Banelings do have creep to utilize and also move very quickly. Banelings are burrowed in the sand, and they will be able to one-shot, stop, detonate, and destroy a group of Marines very, very easily. Siege tank now returning home. We are getting a medevac here as well, as ClouD needs to consider taking up another expansion and trying to get more SCVs. He is catching up now. 48 compared to 52. He does have a couple of mules, and those mules did definitely help out. And we are getting one Marine in a bunker, as we also are getting another hatchery being built down over here, as well as Morrow doing a great job just getting enough defense to hold off and run off of 3 bases. You can see Banelings hiding on the ramps here. Banelings now making a roll out into this position, and perhaps will be able to detonate at the Zelnaga Cavern as well. The Banelings trying to find the perfect spot right there, as Morrow wants to just be able to just detonate and destroy many of those Marines right when they're on top. So those Banelings just being spaced out across the map. If you look at Morrow has a lot of map sense and a lot of map presence. He knows he can take this expansion pretty easily at this point, as Banelings also make their way down over here, and now Banelings making their way over here as well. Some Banelings even hiding off in the gold mineral patch. So that gold mineral patch, SCVs are going to have a very difficult time. Harvester count now. We have 56 SCVs compared to 57 drones. Mutalisks are being added. Pneumatized carapace for Baneling carpet bombing. The Zerg carapace upgrades are also coming online as well. So Zerglings will take 2 shots to be destroyed as opposed to 1 from those siege tanks. And without an armory in play, I do not see level 1 weapons upgrade on any of these units anytime soon. We are getting the level 1 weapons attack on the Terran infantry, so that will definitely help out, but that will only even out the battles against those Zerglings. It will not really give them any significant league, as the Zerglings already have the level 1 weapons upgrade. So 1-1 Zerglings against 1-0 Marines potentially. We are getting those Banelings. Some of them have already detonated. Another group of Banelings detonate or just killed off there, and another group of Banelings killed off there. So a very nice scanner sweep, saving a whole bunch of Marines by taking down 2 sets of Banelings very early. And now ClouD has to be very careful with how he pushes out. he cannot afford to mass and just continually try to use mass scanner sweeps in order to try to find their target. Zergling over here quickly getting destroyed as well, as a siege tank starting to push off into this position. Morrow going to be forced to cancel this hatchery, as this hatchery is already more than ready, and now it looks as though those Marines are just going to wander around even further. The siege tanks now pulling back. There are 2 banelings in position. ClouD doesn't see them, and now SCVs are getting damaged over here as the Mutalisks quickly come in and getting some damage, and now Zerglings, banelings may be able to find their target. Oh, those banelings did not run into there. I do not know why there are banelings just standing nearby, and those banelings, one detonation there, as the Marines are now coming back over once more, but those 2 banelings could have done a horrible, terrible amount of damage, as banelings are now just rolling into this group here, now taking down this group, and now SCV is still wandering around. Mutalisks getting simply torn apart there, as 2 banelings are just stopping over there. No real reason at all. I believe the Marines are going to start shooting at them, and perhaps, yes, getting some damage, going to start causing the missile turrets to burn down. But there was a large group of SCVs that could have been easily destroyed much earlier if Morrow had been paying attention. We now see Marines once again making the trek out. Those banelings, for some reason, not detonating in time. Marines are going to be surrounding here, catching Marines. Zerglings catching those Marines in transition. Down they go. Just a sea of Zerg just simply surrounding and destroying their target so easily. And now running back in once again, trying to take down this location here. More siege tanks are going to get destroyed, as the banelings quickly did burrow themselves right there. A baneling going to try to detonate and getting a lot of kills onto the SCV count. 32 SCVs compared to 57 drones, so more damage being dealt. And ClouD now definitely behind in economy, but this hatchery was destroyed earlier, so Morrow once again trying to rebuild his 3rd base. You can see this one spine crawler is taking damage as that creep slowly recedes, and now 1 Marine trying to lead the way with 2 siege tanks and perhaps trying to put a little bit more pressure. 1 Marine down over here. The Mutalisks can be able to finish it off with relative ease. And now army wise, you have Morrow sitting at what, 4,600 versus a 3,800, so a definite difference there, as as ClouD is just having a very difficult time trying to get back into this game. ClouD still has not set up an additional expansion just quite yet. Banelings have burrowed themselves once more, but I believe ClouD was able to see them burrow just in time, as Morrow is continuing to just slowly macro up and now swarming up a large number of Zerglings and Mutalisks along the far side, as the Marines and siege tanks once again trying to push forward. This one hatchery going to take a beating, but the Zerglings once again now is just swarming in. Mutalisks coming in as well, and this one bunker gonna get destroyed. Nothing in the other bunker as either, as the Zerglings now looking for their target, and now ClouD looking to just take down ClouD losing multiple supply depots, and now you can see that the siege tanks are just slowly pushing their way forward. SCVs now dealing more damage. Marines trying to fight back. There are a lot of SCVs in transition over here as the Zerglings are just running rampant through the bases. This one orbital command already down to 500 hit points, but SCVs are coming over to repair. The Mutalisks unable to really get any more damage onto those SCVs, as now the Marines have finished off all the remaining SCVs there. Army wise, Zerg still sitting at over 5,000 compared to ClouD's 4,600 right now. So army wise, it is about even, but 17 SCVs compared to 78 drones. That is such a large number of drones. I'm not sure if ClouD will be able to get back into this, but ClouD does have a decent positioning here. A group of Marines on the low ground. Scanner sweeps once again protecting the Marines from what would surely be an easy quick death over here. And now once again pulling in once more. The banelings are not quite close enough, as the siege tanks are able to continue to blast away once more. However, in comes another group of Mutalisks and Zerglings. SCVs trying to come over to repair, but they're not going to be able to do such a large number of Zerglings and banelings, as both sides do this yin-yang maneuver. And banelings just detonated right there, melting away all those Marines. But now ClouD does have a decent number of units now pushing their way in, and it looks like it's going to become a base race. But a base race is always going to be a very, very difficult proposition, as Morrow does have Mutalisks, so he will be able to deal damage to those air units. It looks like a lot of banelings are hatching off over here. More scanner sweeps catching more banelings out of positions. There are a lot of Mutalisks, and now the siege tanks are just continuing their pressure up. Bathing just hiding down over here. All these buildings are slowly getting burned apart. Siege tanks are blasting away. Another hatchery has been built over here as drones are drones are hiding off in this location here. And now the siege tanks continuing to push their way forward. Marines now trying to make their way in. A lot of bathings have been hidden, and yeah, I knew this was gonna happen because someone told me I need to make a judgment call on this game. This is actually the end of the game, and one of the players dropped. So they told me I would have to either decide on a winner, or force them to play a game 3. And by the looks of this, ClouD, who's going to be losing this orbital command here, he does have a decent number of Marines and siege tanks, but with the Banelings hiding off here, and even in the main base as well, these Banelings are going to really weaken this Marine army. And as soon as that Marine army has to deal with the sheer number of Mutalisks that are left in play, that's not going to work out well for them. In addition, there's also a decent number of Mutalisks here and a lot more drones. If you take a look at the army count and the food count, Morrow has triple the amount of food than ClouD. So I am going to give this game to Morrow. Morrow taking this series 2-0. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this game 2 and this best of 3 matchup between ClouD and Morrow here on Xel'Naga Caverns.